Giannis Antetokounmpo recently noted that he could leave Milwaukee in the near future to look for a challenge somewhere else. Now, where did this come from? No, GQ magazine. That's right. Giannis interviewed. He was honored by GQ. And Antetokounmpo says he's focused on what's next after the Bucks won the championship. Apparently what's next is not getting above 500. He said, quote, one challenge was to bring a championship here, meaning Milwaukee, and we did, Antetokounmpo said. It was very hard, but we did very, very hard. He said, quote, continues, I just love challenges. I love challenges, he said. What's the next challenge? The next challenge might not be here. Close quote. Well, clearly the implication is being made by Antetokounmpo. I don't believe he was misquoted. He certainly sounded like he's looking around saying, all right, I've done this. I've won my title with the Bucks. I promised I would. And what's next? So let us discuss the future. Here we are. I feel like we've done this before. The future of the Greek Freak. So the question, here's the question. What are the odds of Giannis Antetokounmpo leaving the Bucks to play for another team in the near future? Right? The near future. So my MALLER odds on this are minus 190. I've set the odds at minus 190. Now, if you're not good at math or you're not a gambler, that implies a 65% chance that he gone. And arrivederci. See you later. Aloha from the Greek Freak out of Wisconsin. So I've got Needle, Woody Woodpecker, and DC Comics. And we'll combine all of this together, and we are going to make cheese on top of cheese on top of cheese curds. All right, now, first of all, the math would lead you to believe that Giannis is going to end up leaving, that he's going to bring in the big moving trucks. He's going to hire moving man Matt. He's going to drive over from Boston and move him somewhere else. Now, Antetokounmpo is 26 years old. His birthday is in December, so it's coming up. Happy early birthday to him. He's going to be 27. It's normally what happens after you turn 26. So if he has a typical career arc as a headliner in the NBA, the comps say that Giannis is going to play another 9 to 10 years. Assuming his body holds up, he can play another 9 to 10 years. And maybe longer if he wants. He's made a lot of money, and typically the career ends around 35, 36, 37, something along those lines. So in that ballpark. Now, to pacify Antetokounmpo, the Bucks, to keep him in Milwaukee, they would have to consistently have a contender to win the East. Is that a fair point to make, or is that an incorrect point? I think that's a fair point to make. A lot of roster tinkering, which you have to do anyway in professional sports, but it's really the case of threading a needle in a place like Milwaukee, because you have to continue to find diamonds in the rough. If you are good, you're drafting lower, so you have to have a similar setup to the San Antonio Spurs with Popovich, and they ran out after a while. They stopped drafting great players after a while. But you also have to convince at least a few free agents to turn down a big metropolis, a wonderful, wonderful Garden of Eden somewhere else with sunshine and surf and turf and all that, and go to a place in Milwaukee that by NBA player standards is known as the boondocks of the NFL. Now, it's a complicated dance routine. It's like being a ballerina. There's a lot of moves there. There's a lot to it. Now, second, when this GQ interview started making the rounds in the last 24 hours, it started bouncing around. There's two people I thought of, right? I thought of Shams and Woj. And I thought of them both like Woody Woodpecker, because this is a pop the Woody territory situation here. Elated, overjoyed, orgasmic. If you are in that business, this is red meat in the rumor monger's den. Anytime Milwaukee has a rough patch, from now until the end of time, You can say, yeah, but the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he might be wanting to leave now. And you can start a rumor. Anytime they have a problem, the future of the Greek Freak is fair game. Giannis has given a green light go to throw his name into the rumor hopper. You have a ready-made tweet to send out, just add water. For example, we can play the Is It True game. Is it true that the Antetokounmpo is unhappy with the direction of the Bucks? According to league sources, that is true. Making that up. The Greek Freak's patience is running short with Buck management, according to people familiar with his thinking. The dogs are barking. And the dogs are barking. The birds are chirping. And Giannis is dreaming of South Beach in January. Dreaming of South Beach in January. All right, final thought. So now many falsely assume that this story does not have legs, that this is not a wake-up call. It's not a piece of red meat because Giannis Antetokounmpo signed a mega max contract extension. So this should never see the light of day. This is all just nonsense. It's gobbledygook being tossed out by a blowhard on the radio in the middle of the night. I say no. As the resident blowhard, I say no. Now, the reason I say no, it is true that Antetokounmpo signed a 5-year, $228 million contract with Milwaukee, and it is also correct that that contract runs through 2026. It is also at the same time accurate that that is irrelevant. Open your eyes. We live in the age of player empowerment. They all speak the same language. They don't want to play somewhere. I don't care what kind of contract you signed. Out of here. All right, this is the age we're in right now. Every player should sign the mega max contract with their team if it's offered because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Contracts in the NBA do not have to be honored, meaning you don't have to play for the team the entire contract. If you're unhappy, you just have a hissy fit. You raise your temperature up a little bit, and you will get what you want. You will get what you want. It happens all the time, more in that sport than any other sport. It happens a lot in all of our sports, but especially in the NBA. And if the Bucks, let's say they take a turn to the wrong side and they become roadkill and just run over by an 18-wheeler, the Bucks there, those Wisconsin winters, they become a drag. All Giannis Antetokounmpo has to do is snap his fingers, or he can go full DC Comics and activate the bat signal. In this case, the freak signal, and get freaky. The cloudy night skies over Milwaukee on a cold winter's day will flash with the freak symbol. And lickety-split, Giannis will be buying suntan lotion and getting his banana hammock ready for greener, sunnier pastures somewhere else. So, again, there's a 45% chance that he stays, but I say 65% chance, minus 190, that Giannis gets the spark. Because now that he has said this, he's opened himself up for the full-on recruiting process. Every star looking to form Voltron with other stars will now say, all right, Giannis is fair game. All we have to do is to have him come to our side and threaten to be unhappy in Milwaukee and all that, and we can get him to come play for our team. That's all it takes right there.